Why would a man want to tie himself to the back of a bull? Over a century ago, an unknown cowboy decided to test himself against the meanest beast he could find. Today, that challenge is still alive. Bull riding has become a professionalized sport with millions of fans, TV contracts, and a number of established leagues. Yet it's a sport still entrenched in the rodeo traditions of the past. Bull riders are part extreme athlete, part cowboy, living the legacy of the Wild West. Each year, amateur and professional bull riders compete in small-town rodeos across the country. The winnings are usually just enough to make it down the road to the next event. But it's the heart of American rodeo, where any rider with a dream can make it to the finals at the end of the year. This is the story of a group of bull riders, the story of their quest for a national championship. After thousands of miles and countless rodeos, the top-ranked riders are invited to compete in the IPRA finals. For many, it's a staging ground for future fame in higher-paying, commercially sponsored leagues. It's where the talk stops, where seasoned veterans and up-and-coming stars alike all have to concentrate on the task at hand: to stay on the back of a bull for 8 seconds.
Sometimes it comes across my mind, why the heck do I ride these things? But it's in my blood and I can't stop, because that's what I want to do. You know, when you go to a rodeo and you win you about $5,000 or $6,000 in 8 seconds, then you ask me, why do you ride them? I ride them because I like it and because you can get rich off this deal.
My best friend, David Koch, he told me, he said, come up to the house sometime. Said, we buck bulls and broncs there on Sundays. So no, I was just a 10-year-old kid, never had a pair of cowboy boots in my life, you know, and I started out riding with tennis shoes, you know, because I didn't have any boots or anything.
You know, the part that I like about it is getting on an animal that's strong and powerful and can hurt you and is mean and mad, and here you are, this little bitty guy on his back trying to ride something that's just not supposed to be rode.
Yeah, I pulled my groin and I messed up a vertebrae in my back, and I got my teeth knocked out, but that didn't stop me. Just got to go with the bumps and the bruises.
I got a late start this year, so I had to come in and ride strong from the start and start making the points and everything. And I did. I jumped in real quick and started making money, and before it's all over with, I plan on being at the top of this thing. And that's what it's all about, is we're riding down the road, trying to make it up there to the top. Everybody wants to be the best in this game.
Well, after 11 1/2 months of rodeo, right here's where you want to be. We're at the International Finals Rodeo in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. We're going to determine the world champions of International Professional Rodeo.
A world championship is basically the man that wins the most money over a full 12-month rodeo season. You have to be in the top 15 to qualify for the finals.
My mom didn't want me going up there getting on them bulls. She didn't like it none. So I'd have to kind of sneak off sometimes and sneak back home, check and see if everything was all right here at home. Then I'd sneak back up there and ride some more.
25 years ago, through his mother's backyard and pasture, Jaime Davis discovered a boy's dream, a makeshift rodeo arena run by his neighbors, the Koch family.
This is where a lot of kids got their start, but it just takes a lot of people working together to get it going.
Jaime not only discovered a natural ability as a young bull rider, he found fame, a family, and a way of life.
We called him that Longhorn, didn't we?
Yeah.
That horn right there has put several cowboys in the hospital. You remember that, Jamie? Ozark said that's his horn.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite a bull.
I've spent more time here than I have at my mom's home. So they raised me. You know, this is where I learned, and this is where world champions have come from.
I told him to come here at the house. We'd teach him to ride. He didn't have to sneak around. And I asked him, who are you? And they said, I was Mama's boy. He's a little bitty boy. You remember what year was that? You remember?
God, I don't
remember, but I know one thing. He's about that tall.
Well, you figure out how old you are now, and he was about, what, 5 or 6 years old? We started him along about that time, and we put him on the small bulls, and then went there, and then we got him on broncs.
They didn't look so damn small when I was getting on them.
No. But we told him ride like a man. A lot of people want to ride with 2 hands, but I tell you what I do, if you got to have balance.
Let's go bull riding! Woo! Look out! Let me tell you a little bit about this cowboy. He is in the #1 position for the World Championship in the bull riding competition.
Jaime is a seasoned veteran. His talent and years on the road have turned a small-town hero into a legend on the IPRA circuit. Each year, Jaime has placed among the top bull riders, although a national title has remained beyond his grasp. This year, Jaime has vowed, will be different. At the beginning of the season, Jaime's earnings put him comfortably in first place, making him an early favorite for this year's title. Behind Jaime are a number of younger and flashier bull riders. Donnell Tipton is one of these aggressive cowboys and is currently 3rd place in the standings.
#1 cowboy out of Fort Smith, Arkansas, Jaime Davis. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3rd place position with 81 points, Donnell Tipton from Oklahoma City.
Every year I came through here, before I made the finals, I said I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna make the finals this year. I'm gonna make the finals. That's the place right there where it's all gonna happen at my world title. The world championship war right there. Let's get busy.
At age 19, Donnell Tipton walks with the confidence of a future champion. While most bull riders his age are still trying to develop a style, Donnell is already scoring high with judges and fans. In his 2nd year on the circuit, he already rides like a veteran, but he's been groomed for this his whole life.
We started him out riding when he was 18 months old. Yeah, that's him there.
That's a picture of
Okay.
my dad.
I guess anybody can tell you if Donnell's grandma in the stand, I'm just almost crazy. I just go crazy. And nobody else can hear and see nothing because I done took the whole show. I'm a big, big rodeo fan. I like to follow them. Sometimes I think I'll be in the way. They think I'll be in their way. So they can leave me at home. I said I'll be a cheerleader. Because whenever they're close round, I am their cheerleader. I don't care where it is. I don't like a dead rodeo. I like when I go rodeoing, I like for it to be live, and I put everything I got off into it. You know, it's nothing dead. You know, dog don't want no bone if it's too dried up. And I just always wanted to be curious about what is the challenge in it. Why a man want to ride a bull? I haven't got the question. I never have got my answer. I've asked Danielle, what is so exciting about it?
That's what a man's. Oh, that's what he does. According to the Bible, he's supposed to rule the beast.
That's what it is. It's a challenge.
Yeah, you don't supposed to let a beast rule you, but you're supposed to rule it. And according to the Bible, you're supposed to be the ruler.
I think it's more to not trying to rule him, because, you know, beast can rule man and man can rule beast. But I think it's more or less the challenge that they have, the power.
The perfect bull ride is the synchronization of two opposing forces. A bull spinning as fast as possible, and a rider counterbalancing his every move. Grace under pressure in the span of 8 seconds.
In bull riding competition, you have two judges that score individually from each other. These judges are allotted 1 to 25 points on the ranginess and difficulty of that bull to ride, and 1 to 25 points on the riding and spurring ability of that cowboy, the cowboy to maintain control of the ride. And of course, you total it up, it's 50 points for each side. You have two sides, possibility 100. You know, these bulls in professional rodeo, they're tried and proven. They know every trick in the book, every mistake that a cowboy can make, and their job is relatively simple. It's to buck down everybody that gets on it.
These top bulls today, there's a lot of crossbred bulls. They're awful active. They're athletes like a human. They're so much more agile, quicker, athletic. And I'm telling you what, they've got some rank bulls out on the road today. They're hard to ride. You might think you have him rode at 6 and they'll bring you.
When I'm on this bull, the thing that's on my mind that I'm thinking about is when this bull leave her push in the middle of his back. You want to keep that arm bent at all times. Push, yield, push, yield.
Some of them old bulls with their horns is like a coon with his feet. Just feel around. They know where. I mean, they know where they're at. Them bulls are smart, you know. I mean,
they can think. I don't know how smart they are, but they can think.
They can think. Yeah.
Like,
they can feed get on the side of them. They can feed get back off that rope. They can feed feet move.
Some bulls will suck themselves up or blow themselves in a chute where your rope will be tight there for 1 minute. When they come out the bug, they'll suck that area and the rope slip off of them.
This is the bull inside here, you know, so there's a lot of different types of wraps. I ride what they call a suicide wrap. I'll take my wrap, I bring it back under, and I'll put me a little twist in it, just like that. Where most people rides like this, I go a little further. I take and run that rope in between my pinky and my 4th finger.
To hold on, a bull rider will abandon all common sense, literally tying the riding hand onto the bull's back. If the rider loses control and his hand gets caught in the rope, he's at the mercy of 2,000 pounds of raging animal.
We don't want to see anybody get hurt, but if they get hurt, we sure don't want to miss it. You know, to face a man of equal size and equal ability is one thing, but to face the brute strength and the killer desire of a beast that weighs 2,000 pounds, and you know he's got it against you, you know, it takes quite a little bit of sand.
It's probably just, I mean, the danger. I mean, you know, every time you get on this bull, he could kill you or cripple you, or, you know, you go to the hospital, or it's just, you know, there's a lot of danger there, a lot of adrenaline flowing. It's just, I don't know, it's how you can't get bowling. I mean, it's hard for a pin to flip back up and knock you in the head.
You're kind of nervous. You know that, I mean, you have got to work your hind end off and ride like nobody has ever done before, because nobody's ever rode this bull. You got to do something that nobody's ever done before.
Or you'll get your head
But it
knocked
makes
off
you
like
kind
this,
of proud, and it makes you kind of happy too, because you know if you can do this, that you can win first.
Or you'll be like the only one that's rode the fucker.
Yeah.
They ask you, damn, what you doing at bull? I said, I rode that time, bitch. Oh, man, you rode him, you know?
You know, it's kind of like, you rode him?
Kind of separates the,
you know?
Separates the cream from the crap.
To score high, a bull rider has to impress the judges. If he can score high enough to place at a rodeo, he'll win money. Each dollar he wins is equal to 1 point in the league standings.
Taking a buck and shoe number 5 right now will be Danell Tipton. Out of the hill, get us out of there, you betcha.
In Brownstown, Illinois, Danell draws a bull that bucks hard and spins fast. He spurs to earn extra points and takes first place, winning $1,250. The next cowboy is Dale Stowe, a veteran bronc rider making a comeback on bulls. Dale places high enough to win $800.
Bucking shoe number 3, the man of the hour becomes Peter Dykeman.
Peter Dykeman is a rookie who already sits in 14th place. He gets thrown before the whistle and fails to make any money at this rodeo.
You gotta go to a ranked bull. I mean, if you really just go to him.
I'm just fucking up somewhere.
Yeah, but that's it. It's about where you're fucking up. Worry about what you're doing right, and that's what you do. Instead of going back to these ones you're fucking up, wondering what am I doing wrong, you go back to where you did right, and you find you a couple of good rides, and you ride them some bitches over and over and over and over and over, and you're over and in your head. And you just keep riding them until you got that winning feeling back, and then you come out here and you just stick it on them. You know, you
need to get it in your head. I can't be throwed off.
That's it.
I can't be throwed off. Shoot, we got about 5 or 6 more rodeos to go to this week. It don't stop here.
Think about the winning, not the losing.
We ain't got the vehicle to go in, but we're going one way or the other. Ain't nothing gonna stop us this year. You know what I'm saying? We done decided if it breaks down, well, I'm gonna get out and thumb then. Whatever it takes. When it's all over with, I'm going to finals. We gotta stop and get gas.
Dale Stowe travels with his wife and 2 kids, packed into a Ford Geo. Although he missed the first 3 months of competition, Dale plans on making up ground by hitting more rodeos than any other bull rider.
What you doing? Just chilling, man. I just got back from the rodeo.
Come on, man, at least move.
I need you so I can cuddle up under you. I miss that. I do. Okay, I do. No, it's not.
Rather than resting at a hotel, Dale decides to drive through the night and 3 states to fit in an extra rodeo on the next day.
I like to draw. Like Jesus is awesome. Another one. This one right here, the one, the colorful one. I did that one.
Are you hungry?
Yeah.
Here, big man, can you open it for me? Usually we're organized when we first start out, and then in about a day or 2, everything's everywhere, and you can't find nothing. And I just lost the twisty tie.
Real rodeo, peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
We ain't done this in a while.
Yeah. We've been living high for a while now. Now we have to go by the bank.
Mama, my purple one here faded out. Oh, you're putting them on there?
Daddy washed it today.
It don't matter. Look, it's dirty.
It don't matter. Good God Almighty. You ain't
eating
dirty.
that one.
Well, I'm gonna put them all down there. So you gonna eat or you gonna starve?
Oh yeah, bet. I'm gonna run around the building and get my energy ran out.
No, you ain't going back there where I can't see you. What they told the other time.
It's a long stretch of weekends this weekend. We're headed from, of course, we're in Oklahoma right now, and we're headed to Kentucky, and it's about a 12.5-hour drive. And as far as mileage, man, I go anywhere from 400 to 800 miles a day. A lot of steady road.
All right, babes, let me get off her because you ain't paying for this. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay. I love you. Bet that. Call my other girl. Gotta have a girl in each state. One at home, one in Missouri, one in Michigan. What you doing? Just chilling, babe.
This will probably be the roughest part of the morning right here, this trip. You know, like I said, I'm not for sure. I think it's about 8 hours, so we'll have an opportunity to stop in the roadside park, sleep for a little while, whatever. You know, you never can tell.
We were at Pryor, Oklahoma at a rodeo, and I had a young bull, and he just come out, and basically he just lost his footing. And when he kicked up, he just completely went over and threw me underneath him. And when I tried to get up, he kicked up and come down on my leg. I was in a position sort of like that, and he just come down solid on it. He walked on my back and my arm and my shoulder, but I had my protective vest on, so that didn't hurt anything, but it broke the tibia and the fibula in my leg. I'm not bitching about a broke leg. I've got a job to do. When I come back, I'll just have to ride harder than other guys.
Jamie's leg should be in a cast for about 10 weeks, but he keeps track of the standings and rodeos with his best friend, Andy Anzalone.
90 dead. Let's go. Go there, Andy.
He was standing on my chaps and my leg. His front foot was on mine. That's why I couldn't get up. He was standing on them. And then I looked back and I seen that foot. And I'm like, foot, chaps, you got to let go. Yeah, he was standing on it. I'm getting my free arm up too high like this. And it's rocking me in my hand and I'm falling off. We never came through here.
Oh, yes, we did.
Oh, is that Alan and them behind us? See if they know how to get out of here. Y'all know how to get out of here?
Yeah, and it ain't the direction you're going.
That's kind of what I was thinking. We'll follow y'all.
Yeah, do.
Yeah, they're going to a motel. How did we wind up riding together?
Won't nobody else go with us?
Everybody rode together at David Koch's in Paris.
We're the only two left.
We're close to the only two left. You were born a day.
You born at night.
Only difference, right?
Right.
Andy used to ride bulls full-time and was once Rookie of the Year in the Arkansas Rodeo Association.
You ready, Randy? I'm gonna go pretty quick.
Go with him, man.
But these days, bull riding has become more of a hobby. It's also a way to escape domestic life and hang out with Jaime.
Yes, Gordon's running off.
Gordon winning still? Nope, no more onions. Because they hurt your eyes. They gonna catch you? The main reason that I'm not rodeoing right now is that with work, the summertime is real critical. And, you know, Jaime and Peter and Danelle and Kevin and all them, they can go. They don't, any of them have, I think Kevin has a job, but he can leave. But, you know, they can rodeo as much as they want, and that's just one of the drawbacks to having, I mean, I have a family and I have to support them before I can go rodeos. And if I didn't have a family, I'd probably be with them rodeoing. I wouldn't be working. That's how it goes. There's not even a decision to make. I mean, I'm not going to go rodeoing and, you know, jeopardize, you know, my family and, you know, them eating and.
What you crying about?
It might excuse me.
Hair out of your mouth, it might have dirt on it. You might get see those leaves in there? Sometimes, you know, when they would run off and all of them would be gone and I didn't get to go, it made me feel left out some. And I felt like Andy would rather be with Jaime than me. And but that's. Mommy still wants to move. I don't really feel that way anymore. And Miranda always tells me, Mama, don't bump your head. Boss, Mama, you're the head. Okay. What do you tell him when you and Jaime go off to rodeos? Don't bump your head. That's right.
A professional rodeo cowboy traverses the country in an effort to hit as many rodeos as possible and increase their chances of earning money.
Let's give him a nice hand. He'll take the lead at 75.
It's a tight-knit community where cowboys continually cross paths all over the country.
The bull riding I prefer, and it just happens to be next on tonight's rodeo program. Before we go down to the actual competition, I've got a couple of guys I want to introduce to you. I want you to let you meet them personally. The first fellow I want to
what the crowd been waiting on all night to ride some bulls.
As a cowboy lifesaver at the International Finals rodeo this past year at Oklahoma City, Oklahoma.
Dale's non-stop focus is paying off. 5 months into the season, he's beginning to leave the unknown ranks behind. With a solid ride at Rensselaer, Indiana, he wins first place and takes $270. But more importantly, he breaks into the top 15 in the standings. Peter has been struggling and has slipped out of the top 15. But he's drawn a strong bull, which will guarantee a high score if he can make the 8-second whistle. Just as Peter wraps his hand, the bull sits down and leans against the chute, pinning Peter's leg against the metal bars.
Hollywood Angel really center right down in front of those refugees, and right now 75 points. Here's a cowboy that right now finds himself setting in 17th position. Let's go, man.
Go, Peter! Oh, no! Oh, look out. Heads up.
Peter gets dragged underneath the bull, but manages to escape without injury.
What's your problem?
When I pull my rope, me and Dale, we already ride our arm down, like.
Yeah, because you got to keep it here. And
I always keep my arm down, and I've fucking been pulling myself up. That way I've been getting too low.
Well, bull riding's over. Let's go ride some rides.
I'm going to change my clothes.
Let's go ride some rides.
They have 4 steers.
And the payoff is ready except for steer wrestling. All the payoff is ready except steer wrestling.
What?
Is that all?
Just a little book, right?
Well, I know, but I mean, you won 500 something yesterday for third.
Yeah, but that was 1,000 added, 1,100 added.
Where'd you come over? Did you win first?
Yeah, 270.
You said you
Excuse you. Who the hell you think you're pushing?
Why don't you get the hell out of the way?
Why don't you get the hell out of the way? It's my
Dale,
car.
you better get your wife, man.
You're wrong.
Excuse me. The buds are mine. The
270.
cars are yours.
Go down the road. No.
What place did you win?
First place.
Daddy, can we go to the rides now? Mama, let's go right now. Are we going to go ride rides?
Ride to rides? Whose leggings do we have in our car?
I wake up in the morning, man, and bull riding's on my mind.
What are you doing?
I go eat breakfast and it's on my mind. You know, everything I do, bull riding's on my mind. This is where it happens right here. It's comfortable to a point. A lot of times, you know, when we get to rodeo, we'll lay the seats down or something. We lay this back, let the children sleep, and we get out on the ground and sleep and stuff. But yeah, everywhere we go, they go to all the rodeos and carry my own cheering section with me while they do. Since this is the first time I've really shot for the IFR, I told them we're doing it together this year. It's happening, isn't it, baby? How much longer?
Yeah, because whenever Mama gets back, I'm gonna leave because it might be closing soon.
Yeah, we'll get over it.
Man, when I first met Jaime, he had a big old fro, and I was like, Jaime, man, you can't be running around me, man, with that big old hair. And so we brought him down here and got him a fade. He liked that. He's like, man, this is the best haircut I ever look. I'm about to start getting my hair cut all the time. I said, yeah. I got to try to keep his image up, too. I got to take that country out, that country boy.
Peter has to break his riding slump and start earning money, or risk falling further behind in the standings. At the next rodeo, he draws a quick longhorn bull that could bring a high score, or throw him off quickly. Although Jaime is there to give advice and support, Peter is feeling the pressure of being on the pro circuit.
This is Peter Dykeman right here. The father of this young man was the first black cowboy to ever qualify for the National Finals Rodeo. That was Murtis Dykeman. And I'm going to show you a young man that didn't fall far from the tree right here. Out of the hill will get us out of there now. We're going to bring you around right here, the right-hand side, tip you out of there, throw you off. How about a consolation round of applause?
Once again, Peter loses his balance and gets thrown right after leaving the chute.
My dad, Murtis Dykeman, he rode bulls. He was pretty famous, you know. He was the first black guy to ever make it to the national finals. He made it to the national finals 7 times, you know, and I'm real proud of my dad, but the only thing I don't like about rodeoing is when they call me as Peter Dykeman, Murtis Dykeman's son. You know, my dad did his own deal. He got his credit for it. Now, I want to do my own deal and get my credit for my riding. But it's hotter than the motherfucker. It is hot.
Oh, that did not settle the way he wanted it to.
It's 115 degrees.
As the rodeo season progresses and the rankings become clearer, the top riders begin to focus on the higher-paying rodeos, the ones that make a difference in the standings.
Shoot, I got the touch today, man. I'm ready. I'm on fire. Took a day off when I went. Everybody else went, you know. Took a breather, went home, got my second win. It's all over with now. What about that 88? What about 88, man? You know anything about him?
He just gonna run down a pin. Yeah.
I doubt it.
Oh, now.
Yeah, there's a lot of good hands here, and they everybody's drawn up pretty decent, pretty evenly. So bull riding could go either way today. I'm not really gonna put my money on anybody in particular because of the way they're drawn up. So we'll just sit back and watch what happens. It's time for all of them to shut up and ride.
They selected this as the world's most dangerous sporting event. You've seen why.
Halfway through the rodeo season, during the hot summer months, there's a rodeo nearly every day. This part of the year is known as Cowboy Christmas. With so many rodeos and potential winnings at stake, it is a crucial time to make a mark in the standings. With Jaime temporarily out of competition, Dannell has taken over the lead in the standings. With every new rodeo, he has a chance to widen the gap between himself and the rest of the field. Dannell loses his balance and is bucked down before the whistle. Dale has been on a roll, steadily placing at a number of rodeos.
And a pretty good bull ride right in front of us.
Dale easily makes the 8-second whistle on a low-scoring bull that hops and skips down the pen. Nevertheless, it is enough to place third.
Get you some, man.
Be aggressive, Peter.
This is Jeff Derby, Martin, Tennessee.
Spurs him in his ribs and break him and crush him. We're riding son of a gun, go get him.
Peter Dykeman, Houston.
With Cowboy Christmas in full swing, everyone realizes that Peter has to start riding well to get back into the top 15.
Fuck. Like this, but he wants to raw in. Yeah. This fuck.
Jaime has a metal plate supporting his broken leg. Before he can ride again, the IPRA requires a release from his doctor.
Hey, guy.
Hey, there's the man that's...
What do you do back here so early?
Riding bulls.
What do you do back here so early?
Oh, just couldn't, I missed your smiling face.
No, you're gonna try to talk me into riding early.
You know me pretty well.
What's it been now, 6 weeks?
Yep. 6 weeks.
How's it feeling?
Real good.
So you've done a lot of healing in the last couple of weeks
Well,
since I've
last
seen
couple
you.
of weeks, yeah, because that one
The
break
fibula?
on the fibula,
The
it's
small
starting
bone
to
here
callus up.
it's laid up a lot of callus.
Yeah. Heel on it.
I mean, let's cut to the chase here. When are you planning on riding?
Next weekend. There we go. The truth of the matter.
These bones take a long time to heal, especially where yours was broken because of poor blood supply.
Yeah.
But you're healing fine. But it's a crapshoot. I mean, you may go out there right now and be able to do whatever you want, nothing happened. 2 weeks, your chances of re-injuring yourself are less, and 6 weeks from now, your chances of re-injuring yourself are less. Yeah. But I'll be honest with you, James, 7 weeks, riding a bull 7 weeks after a convoluted tibia and fibula fracture, that's quick. That's really, really quick. So, I mean, that's great. You need to go at it with the realization that you know, you're a little more likely to re-injure it right now than you will be a month from now.
Yeah.
I would wear this plant, but let's go for it.
Okay.
Let's see, can it be the 16-7-3 for the ACRA in Springfield, Missouri? She's in line.
Just 6 weeks after breaking his leg, Jaime enters a rodeo in Ozark, Missouri. It's a calculated risk, but he needs to get back into the race.
How about a round of applause from Norman, Oklahoma? Touchdown. We're going to be 16.
Jaime has fallen into 8th place in the standings. Still enough to qualify for the finals in Oklahoma City, but about $6,000 shy of first place. But making the finals is nothing new to Jaime. His only goal this year is the championship title. And to make that happen, he needs to start winning rodeos and catch Danielle. Jaime has no problem making the 8-second whistle and places 3rd. But on his dismount, he is forced to come down on his injured leg.
Hopefully he's okay. I'm not sure he is. 72.72. All right, let's take you down to the Bucky's Huge. Paramedics, we need you. There you go. Move right there. Watch line, guys. Slip up behind you. Here's the guy with the right idea. You better get up and get out of there. There you go.
Yeah?
Yep. Early retreat, wouldn't you say?
You need a towel? Yeah.
Jaime has broken his leg for a 2nd time. He won't ride again this season, and he won't make it to the finals.
rule book says you ride him for 8 seconds. When I nod my head, there's no such thing as getting off of this bull until after that 8-second whistle. I got the balls to make that move and try to get back in the middle. You know, I'll sacrifice part of my body right now, but I damn sure do it again next week. If I could get on a bull and he get me over to one side and I thought that I could get back in the middle and stay there until that whistle blowed, I'd gladly do it again.
Man against beast in head-to-head competition to ride the bull for 8 seconds.
With Jaime out of the competition, Dannell has one less rival for the #1 position.
You watch a little cowboy. He stands about 5'7", 5'8", probably weighs in at about 140 pounds. He's got more drive than anybody in the world. Here we go. Dannell Kelvin, stay up there, Dannell. Let's ride, buddy. Happy rodeo fans, cheer him on.
This cowboy leads the nation right now.
Halfway through the season, Dannell wins a number of major rodeos. He's now being recognized as the cowboy to beat in the race for the title.
I was really down my first year after an IPRA because I really wasn't making no money. I was bucking off. If I was riding the bulls, I wasn't getting paid because the bulls didn't buck or something like that. Or, I was winning money here and there. I was biting.
Arthur, we call him Stoney. He and Dannell used to travel together, and Dannell was kind of going through some head things at one point or another, and by that I mean he wasn't riding up to his potential. And Stoney had him set a goal this year to win the world. He said this will be your year, and this is before he passed away.
This is where my buddy's buried. They're my traveling partner, the one who's got me started. I'm in the spot to where he put me in, so they buried him here probably 4 months ago, and this is his grave site here. He caught a small case of spinal meningitis, and it got bigger and bigger, where he went off into a coma. He never woke up. And a week later, we ended up burying him. He was my inspiration, boy. He the one taught me how to ride, and that's what I want to do, is win the world. And I was always wanting him to see me win that world, because he always said I can do it. And after the finals last year, he told me, he said, this year's your year. He said, don't mess it up. He said, because this year's your year, you can win the world. Then this happened. But I kind of just got to pray.
If it's something that you want and you work hard at it, nothing can stop you. Nothing but, the Almighty. He can always stop you.
Smell the aroma. This is rosin. We use this on our bull ropes, to help you stay on. It's been doing pretty good because I'm #1 man in the world. I can't think about what the #2 man and #3 man's doing, because I got to worry about me, because I'm the #1 man. I know I got a big goal to achieve, and I know I better buckle up. When it comes down to the finals and we nine for them 4 go rounds, that's all that matters. Let's get busy.
Rodeoing is a lot like life in a lot of ways. A person has to believe. Doesn't mean you have to walk around thinking you're better than anyone else or carrying yourself to where no one wants to be around you. But it's important that you believe in yourself. It's important that you believe that you can accomplish whatever you want to accomplish. And I think Dannell's finally gotten into that stage of his life to where he feels as though he can.
After resting at home for a few days, Dannell heads out for the last string of rodeos before the finals. He joins up with Peter, and together they hit the road once again.
His father, Curtis Diamond, was the first black cowboy ever to qualify for the National Finals Rodeo. Here's one of our up-and-coming stars of rodeo. Remember the name Peter Diamond? You will indeed hear it again. Well, the whistle was sound, a lot of try, but not a good result. Going to give him a round of applause if you can. There will not be a score. A cowboy that is currently in the lead by a $6,000 lead. Ladies and gentlemen, he's brought a bull they call Billy Jack. 4 times this bull's going to sit for regional crown. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen, the round goes to the bull. Even the champion's butt down sometime. Let's give him a good hand clap. Wish him good luck the rest of the season.
I don't know, but I sure might have me one of them goddamn corn dogs.
Let me shake it.
Yeah, you wanna go try to get it one?
It's something that you'll have to understand. This is what we do to make our living. So we can't get tired of. If we do get tired of, you know, you gotta just blow up and keep going with it. You gotta go with the flow. Go with the flow. That's the name of the game. The name of the game is go with the flow. Try. You don't try, you don't go with the flow, you don't make it in this sport.
This is how we do it. Let's go, Chip. You gonna check it out?
And I got that #1 buckle on my mind, that world buckle, man, and I'm not weak in it. And I need to loosen up, though. It's a whop in this lane. It's a whop somewhere in this lane.
That's my boy lying down,
I was never raised around black people, like I've already said. You know, when I look at Donnell and when I look at Pete, I'm looking at black guys. When I think of me, I'm not really thinking of a black guy. When I'm looking at all those fans, I'm saying they're looking at a black guy, but I'm not looking at a black guy. I'm looking at a guy that really rides bulls well.
More than to be a cowboy and being black, you always thought that you were kind of out of place because, you know, you saw TV and you saw the movies and it was John Wayne and Clint Eastwood and those kind of movie stars. You never really saw a black guy in Westerns. So I always thought, I can't be a cowboy, I'm black. You know, it's not for black people. Strangely, I never knew who Bill Pickett was until about 8-9 years ago. He invented bulldogging, and it came about on a ranch one day when they were working cattle and they couldn't get a cow roped, and he just rode by on his horse and bulldogged it, and now it's in modern rodeo.
The football players and basketball players, like, man, what the hell are you doing riding bulls? Why aren't you playing football, playing basketball or something? Well, I've never really had a big interest in it. I started riding bulls and it was something that came so easy for me. And I just kind of fell into it. After I did the first time, I was addicted. I couldn't quit. Most people just don't know. There are guys, I go to rodeos, they say, I've never seen a black guy, stuff like that.
One thing you may want to remember is that when the authors were writing the dime novels, and even if they did come out west, the people that they saw in town were all the white guys with the big hats on, because the cattle were still out on the range. And the people that were out that couldn't go into town were the black cowboys, were the Mexican cowboys, were the Indian cowboys, and were all of the other people that helped develop the West, except for the white guys that could go into town. So what do you write about? You write about what you see. And if this is what you see, that's what you write about. You know, that was something that was done and something that needs to be corrected today.
To hell with both sides, black and white. Whether either one of you like me, you both have to accept me. Because you black people cannot change my color, and you white people cannot change what I do. You know, that's the way I look at it.
I got the biggest bull on the other side. We're gonna win first and go have a good night's sleep. Y'all gonna drink a beer with me?
He's had 2 strokes of bad luck, you know, and maybe this is Peter's night to get back in that winning twitch, you know.
He's hard to ride. He's hard to skip on that front end, but, you know, a man like me, I can ride him. The only thing I can do is just try.
I tell you what, it's the hardest thing in the world to come to a rodeo and watch one. But being here, even not competing, it gives me a sense of being at home with myself.
Prime choice booking bull, Peter Geitman, the Cowboy, Houston, Texas.
Peter's riding slump has kept him behind in the standings. But at Pecatonica, Illinois, he gets a chance to make up lost ground. He's drawn the best bull in the pen. If Peter can make the whistle, he'll be guaranteed a high score.
How much noise can you make for 81 points for the Cowboys?
Peter spurs the bull and wins first place.
I was pretty tight, uptight, and wondering where I was in the standings and stuff, and I was bothering me. I can't let that bother me. Just got to ride them like, take them one bull at a time. Ride them like I know how.
Did he jump a kick? He blowed, but he just...
Although Peter breaks his riding slump, it's too late to get back into the top 15. The chance to go to the finals and make a name for himself beyond the shadow of his father will have to wait until the new season next year.
I got a couple of days off anyway because there's no rodeos after this rodeo today, and then going back home, taking a breather and taking a rest, and letting my hand heal just a little bit and get ready to charge on again, man.
Despite exhaustion and a few minor injuries, Dale's determination has paid off. He has left the unknown ranks and now sits comfortably in 14th place. Before making their last push to the finals, Dale and his family take a much-needed rest at their home in Tennessee.
3 weeks. Actually, just being here, man, it's been a while because, we'd be gone for a week, come in for about an hour and throw everything together and it's gone again. Clean up, and that's about it. So actually, it's been about 2 months you get down to it actually being here.
We're leaving out tonight again. We're going to Kentucky. We just came home to see, because we were passing by here anyway. So we just came home to see our dogs and stuff. And
everybody got their own way of living. And everybody thinks you got to work, 8 hours a day or something to, to make it. And it's like, so we finally decided to just do our own thing. We had to not let anybody know where we were at for about a year.
We couldn't let Grandpa know where we were.
I'm serious. We didn't call anybody, not any of our family, because every time we talked to them, they were like, well, what are you doing?
I see it every day in my mind. I lay down, I ride bulls in my mind, and after I ride 3 or 4 of them and go 90 points and make the best ride that can be made, then I see myself at the finals. Like this year, my goals, I'm to go out and win the finals this year. I'm gonna end up being an upset. What I'm gonna be, because a lot of people they're not, they still don't believe it's gonna happen. They think, man, this guy's coming on, but that's, I see it every day. Boy, I lay back and visualize in my mind standing up there at the podium, and then people, the guy saying, my Peoria World Champion bull rider, Dale Stubb. That should be there.
We hope. Yeah, you haven't been walking under the any bulls, have you?
No way. I've been a good boy.
Okay, let me check them.
Okay.
Looks good. So if you're comfortable in that and things are going well, you can just let it heal. You're basically back to square one, back to the beginning.
Okay.
Pretty soon we'll get you started. As soon as I see the earliest signs of healing, we'll let you start walking on this, and your walking will actually increase the rate of healing.
Right. So another week non-bearing pressure on the leg, actually.
I'll tell you when you start walking on it.
Okay.
Don't start bargaining with me. Another week, and then 2 weeks of maybe a rodeo, and then maybe 3 weeks.
I tell you, the only time I go to a rodeo this coming week is I'm going to go to Sallisaw, and I'm going to have these with me and just watch these guys.
What we're talking about now is, once again, you're going to be the boss, but I'm going to tell you, just like I did before, whether you're at risk for this happening.
Yeah.
And you knew this was a chance that you were taking.
Right. Yeah.
So, You know, we're talking rest of your life here. You're only 35, so what we need to do is get you good and healed, and then you can do whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
But let's get you good and healed.
Makes sense.
I'm a cowboy. I'm a damn cowboy. Riding bulls has nothing to do with being a cowboy. Nothing at all. I can still pull a calf out of a cow. I can still pull a colt out of a horse. I can still shoe a horse. I can still break a horse and make him gentle. I can do that when I'm 60. You know, I can't ride a bull when I'm 60.
With fall approaching and his chance for the World Championship behind him, Jaime rests his leg and spends more time at home near Andy.
Everywhere I go, it just goes right with me.
Put the lid on it.
I can't find it.
Is that smoking?
Oh, that's smoking, baby. Poetry recital.
Okay.
A rodeo cowboy is a very special breed. They're very proud people that we all love indeed. They know how to live and they do just that. And if you want a good fight, just mess with their hat. We head down the road with our fees in our pocket. Our car is racing like an Apollo space rocket. It's life in the fast lane, but we don't care. As long as there's a rodeo, we'll be there. Because we love what we do, and we do what we love. We put all our faith in God above. Some say we're crazy and we live too rough, but we'll hang in there until we get enough. And hopefully that's never, because where would we go if there wasn't such thing as going rodeo? By Jaime Davis. How about that? I bet I was drunk when I wrote it, more than likely.
You know, I believe if Jaime would have stayed healthy and could have prevented him from getting his leg broke, he would have been the world champion. I was third in the world when Jaime was leading the world, and I had the title on my mind just as bad as he had it, so it was going to narrow down at the IFR 26. That's where it was going to narrow down at who was going to be the world champion. And right now, it's still going to narrow down to that because it ain't over with. There's one guy that's one of the most consistent bull riders that's going right now. He's right behind me. It's Kevin Warsham from Viola, Arkansas. I about not slack up because he's there. They're right there behind me.
Ladies and gentlemen, the next cowboy is Daniel Tipton in the lead for the World Championship in the bull riding competition.
At a major rodeo in Ada, Oklahoma, Daniel loses control.
Just a little bit right there. Ladies and gentlemen, he's going to go out there with a no score. He's shaking just a little bit.
Amazingly, Daniel escapes without serious injury.
Good cowboy to go. A good matchup right here.
The next rider is Kevin Warsham, who sits second in the rankings, behind Daniel. After a textbook ride on a strong bull, Kevin wins the rodeo and takes $2,500. This closes the gap in the standings between first and second. The race for the title will have to be determined at the finals.
It's not between me and Daniel. It's between what we're getting on tonight, tomorrow night, the next one, and the next one. It's not between Daniel and I. Daniel and I are real good friends. I'm glad to have a friend like Daniel. But I would be glad to see Daniel win it. I'd be glad for him. Because he's a good guy. I like him. Same identical buckle, same rodeo.
He was the day before or the day after?
Day after. He was winning the rodeo, and they give a buckle away
For the highest
for every
score.
for the high score of each round.
Yeah.
He won the first day, and I won the day I was there. Yeah.
If I was doing it for the money,
I'm
doing it because
I'm not really doing it for money. I mean,
well, hell, it's like this. I know I ain't because when I get home,
but in a way you do, because if I don't ride this summit and I don't have the money to go to the next rodeo, I can't go. And I mean that just gives you kind of the incentive to ride.
It all started when they had a bull that couldn't be rode and a cowboy that couldn't be throwed, and they just got the two together and matched them up.
The rodeo at Farmington, Missouri is the last major rodeo of the regular season. It attracts all of the top riders. The prize money is big and can have a major effect on the rankings, determining which riders will be invited to the finals in Oklahoma City. The young crossbred bulls here have the reputation of being the best in the league.
I don't care if big, bad, ugly, it don't matter to me, man. I get on them all the same because they're just a bull.
We had no money this morning. We couldn't get breakfast, so we had to wait for our sponsor to send us money. And then we ate at 2 o'clock.
All right, here we go. Let's go shoot 4. Sit on up there. Oh, look out. Well, he comes awfully close. They say no score. Well, I'll tell you what, that's the kind of bull right there that'll blow snot right in your shorts. We come to a cowboy who's from Viola, Arkansas. Kevin Lee Worsham. Number 2 cowboy in the world right here. Let's go.
The first high-ranking rider out of the chutes is Kevin Worsham.
Oh, sit up there, Kevin Worsham, sit up there. Well, some tough news for Kevin Worsham, as it looks like he's not going to make the whistle. Chute number 4, we go to the number 1 ranked bull rider in the world.
Next up is Dannell.
All right, here we go. Let's go to Nell Tipton. Sit up there, young man. Oh, you bet. Oh, no.
Reminiscent of Ada, he's flipped over the bull and narrowly escapes injury.
Well, so close for Dannell Tipton. And this next guy, he comes to us at the number 4 position.
Late in the rodeo, not a single cowboy has managed to ride a bull from this pen.
Cowboy hits the dirt. Another one needs a nice round of applause.
Dale finally gets his chance for the large prize money that's still up for grabs.
Dale Stowe, Joeltown, Tennessee. 14th bull rider in the country. Sit up there. Oh, look at this. Oh! You betcha. Dale Stowe, you gotta like it on Sting. Well, our judges once again have to do the tough job of divvying up the numbers. And you're gonna like this. We have a new leader, Dale Stowe.
Dale wins first place and $3,500, catapulting him to 7th in the standings and securing a strong position going into the finals.
If they slip up, that's where I come in, man. I'm gonna get my opportunity to pass them. Maybe sooner than the finals. If not, well, I'll be ready at the finals. I'll be close up to the finals, like I said. You know, I can go in there and do some good. Love them guys to death. Bull riding some bucks, man. But I'm a bull rider, man. They give me a chance, I'm running over top of them.
After thousands of miles crisscrossing the country, the rodeo trail ends in Oklahoma City. The season's earnings are added together, and the top 15 bull riders are invited to the IPRA finals. For 3 days and 4 rounds of competition, the finals are no different than any other rodeo throughout the season. The rounds feature athletes competing in all of the various rodeo events, from steer wrestling to bareback bronc riding. For each round, fans gather throughout the day in anticipation of the last and main event, bull riding.
Come here to be the best bull rider here. I come to take everything I can home. And if that means winning the average and taking the truck home and whatever else, I'll I'll be glad to do it. There's a lot of good bull riders here, no doubt about it. It's going to be a good finals, and I got respect for all of them. They're all good riders. But I ain't backing up. I've made it come too far now.
You go down here and around, and there'll be stops over at the stairway going down.
Does anybody want to see some bull riding competition in Thursday night's showdown? Only takes in the clock away from the opening round of International Finals Rodeo number 26.
In each round at the finals, the 3 top-scoring riders win money that counts toward their season total. Additionally, the cowboy with the highest final score over the 4 rounds wins what's called the average and an additional $10,000. In the end, the bull rider with the most combined money over the regular season and finals is crowned world champion.
Move us right down to Dale Stone. First time qualified the International Finals Rodeo.
Dale's regular season earnings put him in 7th place to start the finals. Not as high as he had hoped to be, but considering he was a complete unknown and missed the first part of the regular season, he is much higher than anyone had anticipated. Dale makes the whistle and receives a decent score in the first round.
74. That's going to bring us right down to Kevin Worsham. Here's another one of those guys.
5 months after Jaime re-broke his leg and slipped out of the race, Donnell remains in first place. Kevin Worsham is in second place, just $1,450 behind Donnell. With such a small gap between first and second, any round could change the outcome of the title race. After drawing a strong bull, Kevin is thrown hard to the ground just before the 8-second whistle.
Kevin Worsham. Let's move it right now.
To hold on to first place, Donnell needs to ride every bull and place in as many rounds as he can. In a stroke of bad luck, he draws an eliminator, a bull with an awkward and dangerous bucking style. This bull has never been ridden for 8 seconds. Donnell manages to hang on and is the first bull rider to ever ride this bull.
76 points for Daniel Tipton.
But because of an awkward ride, he gets a low score, which draws boos from the fans.
Thursday night's round, we hope to see you right back here.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna stay drunk all weekend. Pretty much. Is that a plan?
You should be with I'm looking at beverage director.
Damn, you are one sick motherfucker, Drew. We the dick bros. I'm on midnight, this old sunshine.
You ain't right. Where'd this come from?
Which one's that? Who's that? Who's that?
There ain't a deep thought in here.
There's some deep shit in there.
Keep the faith.
Keep the faith.
Get well soon.
Get well soon.
Remember to rely on God and trust His judgment.
Boy, that really got me somewhere.
For
Broke my leg again.
For everything. Be ready to rodeo hard in July.
Jaime's a super guy. He's always, I never failed to mention, somebody asked me who my heroes were. You know, a lot of people say Casey Tibbs, Jim Shoulders, stuff like that. But I think the guys that I grew up around my house, you know, that helped me a lot, like Jaime Davis, Kevin Hampton's a stock contractor, Gary Eccles, a bareback rider, you know, guys that were reality to me, you know. I know he drinks a lot now, but man, you know, fellas got to wonder what he's thinking, you know, because each year something like that happens, he gets a bad break, and you just wonder, you know, why it never does happen for you, you know.
told me last night, he said, Mama, what do you think about the ride I made? I said, baby, I thought it was wonderful. I said, but you don't forget what happened. He said, I thought I was gone. I said, yeah. I seen his foot go like this. When I seen that foot go like that, then I knew that he was going to get himself back up there, but I also seen a hand, and that was God's hand. Put him back up on, sitting him back up on that book.
He was really worried about his winning last night, because after they told him that what he had, he said, well, Mom, I might not do nothing. I might buck off. No, you look at the positive stuff, you know. But I was really proud of him, you know.
Whichever way it goes, I'm his #1 fan. And if he win it, it's fine. If he don't, it's fine. But if he win it, I'm overjoyed. You'll see me probably, they might have to get the ambulance to me or something. You know, yeah, because I go out of it. I just usually just get on out of it. I get too exhausted. I have bronchial asthma, and I just get carried away.
In Friday night's round of International Pro Rodeo 26th edition. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to give you about a 30-second warning now to get into your seats. Pick up on Kevin Marshall. Round number 2 is important for Kevin Marshall.
Even though Kevin bucked off in the first round, Donnell didn't score high enough to win any money. For the second round, the gap between first and second remains the same.
Be 77.77.
Kevin makes the whistle and receives an average score.
Looking shoe number 6, pick up on Donnell Tipton, Spencer, Oklahoma. You betcha.
For a second time, Donnell gets an unlucky draw. A bull that's hard to ride and doesn't spin back in the chute. In an effort to earn more points with the judges, Donnell spurs the bull, but is thrown against the bull's head. He narrowly makes the 8 seconds. In the process, he bruises and separates a number of ribs.
Makes it 152 on 2.
Next up is Dale, who has drawn a strong bull that could bring him a high score.
Dale Stowe, I believe. Dale Stowe.
Dale takes $1,200 for the second round and moves into second place for the $10,000 average.
You shouldn't sleep tonight.
So why should
you rode good today.
You sleep tonight?
Ain't no sense in sleeping tonight.
Why should you break a bond?
I was sitting in there. It's time to party, Dale.
Hello.
Man, I was sitting in there.
Don't break your game plan.
I was sitting in there in the room earlier, you know, getting ready for bull riding. So I was sitting there relaxing on the seat. I was sitting there, boy, I just about fell asleep. Boy, I'm ready.
Said if I knew I was ready, then I'm ready.
I'm ready now. I'm relaxed.
That's
boy.
right.
This ain't what I do. This is what I am. I'm a bull rider, and I'm good at it because I like to do it, man. I like to hear that buzzer ring. I like to hear them holler them points out. More than anything, I like to feel that hide between my legs, man. Ain't nothing like it, boy. Big old muscle-bound bull, turning back, bucking in, and you riding him and knowing that somebody else that couldn't ride him, you know, and you twisted him. There ain't nothing in this world like it.
Said second average, and only behind by 2 points. And
On the morning before the third round, Dale already knows he has drawn one of the best bulls in the league.
Daddy.
What?
I bet if you would have drawn Mater and you would have rode him and spurred him, would you have thrown your hat and done your little gun stuff?
I'd have done a dance and a jig and all kinds of stuff down there in the arena.
You gonna throw your hat?
They'd have never got me out of there. They'd been saying, "Get out, boy, it's enough." I say, "No, it ain't. No, it ain't."
you come
tonight,
you need to do the
same thing, though.
The announcer be going crazy too.
You know he
The
would.
crowd would. There's no doubt.
I have to go to Winchester to get my chance at him now.
Tell you what,
we
we screaming so
loud last night, man. Everybody's looking at us like we were idiots. We were
I know, man. This boy was turning back around and he's like, "Go, Daddy, spur him." Man, that bull that you got tonight that they said he slapped him the last time you got on, was you spurring him?
Yeah. Well, you know me, I pretty much.
Turn back in your hand, away from your hand.
Away from the hand.
How hard was he bucking?
Scored me 46 on one side.
So he's probably going 90 points tonight, maybe.
Possibility.
It's away now. Third of 4 performances here at the International Pro Rodeo.
It's just the way you gotta go to one. I mean, you gotta go to one. I mean, you just can't. This is the finals, man. This is what it buckles down to. I mean, shoot, I ain't just a weekend now. So you gotta jerk me down, knock my teeth out, cause I'm supposed to get to my world buckle. I come too far, man. You can have these. I'd be like Peter. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, the lady will stop doing that.
Okay, I gotta go do an interview. I mean, it's just a great feeling to come in here to lead #1, and I done rode both of my bulls so far. And like I say, bull riding is one of the most thrill-seeking events of rodeo.
And we'll be moving to rodeo's toughest challenge, the Cowboys in the bull riding competition. A race for the World Championship is on. That'll tip them for Spencer, Oklahoma. Right now leads for that World Championship. The Cowboy that is trying to close that gap is Kevin Washer from out of Iona, Arkansas. Now, the guy you might want to look for this afternoon's performance is Dale Stone out of Joelton, Tennessee.
Only 2 rides away from his dream of winning the finals, Dale sits on a bull that could easily win the 3rd round and put him in first place for the average.
The challenge is made. Let's see how you can do here with Saturday afternoon's round.
Dale leaves without a score. His chances of winning the average are now out of reach.
From Hampton Rodeo Company, J3, here's what we call Bad Leroy Brown.
Kevin also draws a strong bull, and the distance in the rankings between him and Danelle is still unchanged.
Kevin Joyce from out of Iowa, Arkansas.
How many guys got a pull that roll?
Big Hat Rodeo Company. 3 times.
You're right now, Kevin.
Away from the lead. Let's watch him right here. I can feel a change in the air right now. 81 points. Kevin Lee, you're still in there. It ain't over till it's over. Danelle Gibson. Spencer.
Next up is Danelle.
Rounds is 102.
You can do it.
Plus, ahead of Kevin Lee Washington. Smooth into the lead for this go round with 81 points. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. Scores are coming in. 7-3.
Once again, Danelle receives low scores. Kevin wins first place in round 3, moving him only $250 behind Danelle.
Want to put some
No, that's okay. Man, I'm fucking pissed.
Well, the first day, it should have scored him 80. Bull ain't never been rolled. I mean, it was a hard ride. He had him into his hand a couple times. He almost tossed him. And then his dismount yesterday was weak. He got smacked with that horn.
Put me on something that's gonna buck, man. I'm getting tired of getting on this bullshit. But they ain't placed a nail around yet.
And today gave him a junk bull, spun him, trying to get a lot of extra points, and he got a 73-point round. They're making it difficult.
Did you draw something decent for tonight anyway?
I got 78 Wolverine and Ken Treadway. Throw Billy Ray Bird off in the first round. You can't be good if he's eliminated.
After dominating the regular season, Donnell's confidence has suddenly been shaken. With Kevin sitting directly behind him, the entire season and the world title will be determined on one last bull.
Well, we're here at the International Finals after 3 rounds of competition. And about the only thing I can tell you that I know for sure is that I don't know. Donnell Tipton, I know, has qualified on 3 head of bulls, and right now he's sitting in 2nd place in the average. Now, Kevin Washam's only $244.36 behind him, but Kevin Washam has only qualified on 2 of 3 bulls. So really we could say that Donnell Tipton controls his own destiny. Coming into this 4th round, what he needs to do is to qualify on this 4th and final bull. If he doesn't, if he bucks off, if Kevin Washam wins the round, then moves into competition in the average on 3, he could very easily win a world champion right here in Saturday night's round.
A little nervous, man. I'm real nervous. You know, something that's got to be done, you know. Just look forward, not look behind me. So, you know, it's just something I'm going to have to do.
It comes right down to Saturday night's round to determine the world champion in bull riding competition. You think that it doesn't get any better than this? That might just be a question. Let me ask you, is there anybody here that wants to see some bull riding competition here? First time this guy would have qualified this line.
For his last ride of the year, Dale scores high, putting a final cap on an amazing season.
Now, we're going to determine a world champion within the next 2 bulls in competition. Right now, we're going to move to pick up Donnell Tipton. Anything can happen right now. 11 1/2 months is behind us. All comes down to 1 bull, 1 goes out here at the International Finals. Who you are, what you've done, it's not important. It's what you've done.
Since the early season, Donnell has been sitting comfortably in the #1 position.
You can do it, Donnell.
But now, on the last ride of the year, his hopes for the title are suddenly in jeopardy. Regardless of the score, he must ride this bull for the full 8 seconds. Danelle scores an 87 on his last ride, moving him into second place for the round, but more importantly, putting him in first place for the 4-round, $10,000 average.
Now, go with me and let me shoot you. Right here. As we do, we're going to move to Kevin Washington.
As Kevin prepares to ride his last bull, he knows his chances for the championship are virtually out of reach.
$4 has watched it slip away. When that fucking shoot came right up, let's move it. It's the too late, but an honest effort. Let's pay off Kevin Warshaw.
Kevin is bucked down before the 8-second whistle, ending this season's race and making Danelle the IPRA World Champion Bull Rider.
We're going to be making a presentation right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, World Champion Bull Rider, Danelle Tipton.
Congratulations, buddy. Proud of you, buddy. Proud of you.
Good job, Danelle.
Now, somebody back here speaking.
Hold on, I gotta go do this interview.
Where was it?
He won't be in there.
Hey, Janelle. What'd you say in March, buddy?
Hey, I got some CDs. Did y'all get the CDs out of there? Huh? Okay, yeah. I don't think we'll get there if it's near you, but we'll beat a bunch of them in Michigan.
Hey, thanks for down history now.
You know me, Mr. Sentimental. And I was like, I ain't gonna cry. So you gonna cry for me.
They never found it?
I should have been here.
You better go talk to him, Jody.
Maybe they'll have a lucky number.
Which way you going through, Jimmy?
I don't know. Well, we've lost our... Thanks.
Man, it's great to see your eyes.
Oh, baby, we did it. I'm so
I know it.
Number one.
He'd be so proud of you. We know in heaven he's so proud of you.
Neil, tell the camera who's number one, man. Tell the camera who's number one. Grandmother.
Always wanted to be a cowboy, ride them old bulls in a rodeo, hold on to the rigging with all my might, and show them other cowboys what I know. From muddy streets and motel rooms to living in my car, staying in my pickup truck, luck and my guitar. I've learned through every walk of life any man can be thrown, either good or bad. It seems life's rodeo. In that chute, 2,000 pounds of roaring thunder under me makes the body wonder what future there is to see. 8 seconds is a long time, not knowing what the ninth one holds. Everyone has different dreams, and mine's called rodeo. Some just hang on, some write 'em down, some fall and some pass on. With God's grace up in that better place, there's a rodeo goes on. Yeah, up there in that better place, with God's grace, there's a rodeo goes on.